What is going on, folks? My name is Spice. This is Spice Camp Fish. Today's video is going to be a little bit different than our normal videos. Here, I'm actually going to put you down here real quick. So today's video is actually going to be talking about this little, hang on, can I show it to you guys? This reel right here. This is the Lews Laser MG. It's the newly redesigned one. I believe they redesigned it after last year. And I actually got a question on this on one of my past recent videos, so I'm going to be doing a review on it today. As you guys can probably tell, it's a little bit rainy right now. There's actually a storm coming in right now. It should start raining super hard here in a couple of minutes, but I'm hoping that we can get out here and maybe get on a few fish. For whatever reason, out here in the summertime, once we get these summertime evening, afternoon storms, after that, the bite tends to shut off, so hopefully we'll be able to get out here and catch a few fish while it's actually raining. But yeah, I think I'm gonna grab a sweatshirt because it is getting super rainy behind me, as well as it a little bit windy, so I'm gonna probably put something on real quick to keep myself a little bit drier, and then we're gonna get out to the pond, see if we can't catch a couple of fish on this thing. All right, I think we're pretty good to go. Get my GoPro strapped on my chest and we'll get down to the pond. Meet you guys down there. Oh man, don't you just love it? It was friggin' nice as hell all day today. Well, not nice, it's been pretty cloudy, but it hasn't been raining at all today. And as soon as I go and tie something on and go try and catch some fish, we get an absolute torrential downpour. Why? Why are you like this, Colorado? The nice thing is that this should be over pretty quick. We don't really have very long rainstorms out here. Generally like a 20-30 minute little flurry, and then we'll just kind of back off. So I think if we can tough it out here for the next 20 minutes or so, we should be all right. But I'm gonna start with this little square bill, see if we can't get bit. Like I said, generally speaking, we do kind of lose our bite window post-storm. Oh, that's on the dock. Good God. Okay. Well, first cast did not go very well. Managed to cast this onto the dock. But what I was saying was we generally lose our bite window post-storm front, so I'm hoping that we can get out here while it's still raining and maybe capitalize on a couple more fish, or a couple of fish. We haven't really caught any fish today. Actually, now that I think about it, I don't think I've caught a fish in like 6 days. Been real busy recently, but finally have some time. Of course it's raining, but we finally have some time. We're gonna see if we can put a couple on the bank. All right, so I guess now that the rain's starting to die off a little bit and you guys can probably hear me a bit better, I can give you some thoughts and opinions on this reel. So you guys have been around the channel for a while. You might remember when I got this reel. I think I got this thing like a year and a half ago, maybe closer to 2 years. I've had it for a little while. This is the redesign, like I said. I don't know when they redesigned it, but they have redesigned it sometime recently. I think the old Laser MGs looked quite a bit different than this, but they have this like silver red accent kind of deal going on. Looks pretty cool. I do like the color scheme, I will say. But yeah, overall the reel is not terrible. It's not the best reel I've ever used, but it's not terrible. I bought this thing for I think 70 or 80 bucks from a local tackle shop, just because I needed like an inexpensive cranking reel, just because I don't really crank all that much, but I do need a reel for it when I do. We just don't have a lot of spots like this spot here where it's mostly rock, and most of the ponds that I find myself fishing are mostly shallow grass fisheries, so I don't really throw a square bill all too much. You can get away with it kind of earlier in the spring before the grass comes up, but a lot of the time a square bill is kind of a no-go for most of the year. So I don't really use this reel a whole ton, but I have caught quite a few fish on it. It's not a terrible reel. Like I said before, it is about 80 bucks, so it's not obviously made out of super high quality materials. It feels pretty light and pretty cheap in my hand. Pretty plasticky, like it's made out of like that real light material that a lot of the cheaper lower end Lews Garcia reels tend to be made out of. I don't know what that material is. It's kind of like hard plastic, but it works fine. But the reels do feel a little bit cheaper than if you were to use a reel made out of something like aluminum or, you know, carbon or something like those higher end reels. So definitely doesn't feel as sturdy and well put together as some of my other higher end reels, but for an $80 reel, it's solid. It's not too bad, not too shabby. This is the 6-speed. It's a 6.4 to 1, 6.5 to 1, something like 6.8 to 1, sorry. So about a 6-speed reel. Again, kind of my square bill reel. I'll use it for spinner baits every once in a while. You can also use it for, you know, like soft plastic, stuff like that. Generally though, I like a faster gear retrieve with soft plastics and stuff like that, and spinner baits. So I'll generally throw those on like a 7-speed reel. So this really is kind of just like a square bill, smaller crankbait reel for me. I'll throw any of those square bills that go up to that like 2.5 size on this thing, and I'll also throw like any of those smaller moderate divers that maybe go down to like 10-12 foot but still have that smaller body presentation, or that smaller profile, that you can still get away with throwing it on kind of a lighter rod and reel like this. The reel's got an okay amount of drag to it. It's not like the most drag I've ever used in a reel. Obviously a lot of my Shimano's, like the Corrado, or like those Daiwas that I have, are generally a bit more on the heavier side when it comes to drag capabilities, whereas this I think has like, I don't know, maybe 12 pounds of drag or something like that, 14 pounds of drag, which is more than enough to get the job done, especially for, again, throwing square bill, smaller crankbaits, stuff like that, where you don't have the drag all the way locked down. This thing definitely does the job there. It's not the smoothest drag. I feel like it kind of like skips, and I don't know, it's hard to explain. It doesn't feel very smooth though. It's almost like squishy, spongy. I don't really know how to describe what I'm trying to say, but it's not like the most. Oh god, there's a fish. He missed it? No way. He slapped a freaking fire out of it. Good god. Wow, okay. Good stuff. I don't know how he didn't get the hooks there, but I'm sure you guys just saw my rod about double over. That was insane. All right, heading on down to spot number 2. Spot number 1 was not great. There were quite a few people out there fishing, surprisingly. Even though there was real crappy conditions, I wasn't expecting there to be quite that many people. And on top of that, we kind of messed up the reel. So had to run home, put some new line on it. Don't mind the fact that it's all on the left side. I didn't do a great job spooling it up, but we're gonna make a few casts with it and it'll be okay. It'll kind of work itself out or something, hopefully. But we're heading on down to the pond that dreams are made of, because I can't catch a fish anywhere else apparently. I haven't been down here in a few weeks, so I feel like it'll probably be pretty interesting to say the least. I got a few baits in my backpack, got some Senkos, some flukes, got some ribbon tails, even got a couple of frogs, although I feel like throwing a frog on this thing is probably not ideal considering we're using like 15-pound fluorocarbon, but we'll make it work. Like I said, this is kind of like my square bill reel, so I don't ever really use it for flukes or Texas rigs or anything like that, but just for the purposes of today's video, I figured it'll be fine just to see if we can catch a couple of fish on it. Really, it's just to kind of give you guys my overall thoughts and impressions on the reel. It's not so much to catch fish doing the right thing per se. Probably could have thrown this on a different rod, but still on my cranking rod, so we're just gonna have to hope that these fish don't get us real deep in the grass, and hopefully we'll be able to winch them out with this thing. Again, not really the ideal setup for what we're doing today, but we should be able to make it work, at least for a couple hours. I don't know exactly what the weather's doing right now. It was super sunny a second ago, which was real weird considering it just poured, and now it's getting back to being a little bit more cloudy. So we might get another rainstorm here in a little bit. Might just kind of stay overcast like this for the rest of the day. I'm not really sure, but regardless, we're gonna see if we can catch ourselves a couple of fish. Okay, spot number 1. Oh, there was a big old bass right here. God damn it. Dumbass. Okay. I'm gonna make a few casts around here then. I was gonna hop right in the water, but that was a nice little wake that just happened right in front of me. So I think I'm gonna start it back a little bit. See if there's any other fish hanging out around in front of here. Well, the nice thing about my shoes already being wet from before is that I can walk around in the water and not have to feel bad. Not that I wasn't going to do that anyway, but... Oh, there's a bite. Got that one. Little dude. Little tiny guy. Ate the worm though. Ooh. Got a little burst of energy there at the end. Right on. Alright. First fish of the day. Now you guys can officially see the laser MG can catch them. Maybe I can't catch them, but the laser MG can catch them. Later, buddy. Went straight into the... Oh, he hit my leg. Watch where you going, bro. God dang. Well, alrighty then. That was quick. I think I got bit on my second cast, my fourth cast. This could be good, folks. This could be good. There's a fish. There we go. That's a better one, dude. Yeah, that's a nice one. There we go. Some meat, finally. Nice. 2 pound guy, 1.5 pounder. Got some fight to him. Definitely feels a little bit better than he is on this friggin' light ass rod, but there we go. Fish number 2, little 1.5 pound guy. Absolutely swallowed that dojo worm. Think he wanted it? Think I let him have it for too long? All right, little man, appreciate you. Peace out. All right, so far so good. A few bites, 2 fish so far on the dojo worm with the old Lews laser MG. I guess I could probably talk about the reel a little bit more. I haven't really gone into what I don't like so much about the reel, so I guess we can do that. As you guys can probably hear, it's not the quietest reel. Here, I'll be quiet for a sec. I don't know if you guys can hear that, but there's a little bit of a grating noise that's been going on for a while. Kind of annoying, but about what you'd expect from a lower end bait caster like this. Again, like I said before, the materials aren't super great. They're, you know, obviously good enough to get the job done. Like you guys can see, I can winch on these fish, and I'm not particularly worried about like bending the handle or something like that, but I definitely feel a little bit more comfortable fighting these fish with a more sturdy reel, like my Corrado, or even my SLX isn't super sturdy, but it definitely feels more sturdy than this. It feels more well put together. But for the price, this reel is not terrible. Again, I wish I had kind of a faster gear ratio for doing this stuff, just because I am kind of having to really reel fast to catch up with some of these fish, but not a terrible reel. Definitely gets the job done. If you guys are looking for a good cranking reel, or just like a good like $70 reel that you're really not trying to spend a lot of money on, these things aren't the worst thing in the world. Obviously, I haven't put it through as much stress or pain or anything that I've put a lot of my other reels through, because I don't use it that much, or as much comparatively speaking. But it's definitely caught some fish. It's definitely been put through the paces, caught some decent fish on it, and definitely gets the job done. I probably won't be buying another Lews reel. If I do, it'll be one of the really high-end ones, but even then, like, I don't really feel a reason to purchase anything else from Lews. I just don't really like their build quality, even on their higher end stuff. It just doesn't really seem to be all there. But I guess that's kind of what you would expect for a Korean reel manufacturer. Like, these reels aren't made in Japan like a lot of the real high-end reels are. And those Japanese reels really just tend to have that quality, like the Shimanos, the Daiwas. They're known for that long-standing quality, that you can use them for years and years. And, you know, Lews isn't really known for that. They're known for their bright colors, which, you know, is fine. But A, I don't really like bright colors on my reels or rods. I think they look kind of dumb. But B, I don't know. I don't think that the way the reel looks should be a deciding factor as to whether or not you should buy it. They don't look terrible. I actually like the way this one looks. A lot of the other ones that have like the bright green or the bright orange or the bright yellow or whatever, I think they look pretty stupid. But this one, as far as Lews reels go, is a pretty tame color spec, and I do like that a lot about this reel. But you know, obviously that's more of like a personal preference kind of thing, and doesn't really have anything to do with how well the reel actually performs. They could have painted this thing bright pink and it would probably still perform the same. Alright folks, if you've made it this far into the video, you have found the part where I'm doing the 350 subscriber giveaway. If you guys were paying attention to the beginning of the video, I'm actually doing my 350 subscriber giveaway in this video. And like you guys know, we do a 50 subscriber giveaway every 50 subs on the channel. I think I'll probably change that up at some point just because I feel like I'm going through these a little bit quick right now, but we'll probably start doing them like every 100 subscribers once we hit like 1,000 subscribers or something like that. But for right now, every 50 subscribers, we do a big giveaway. But yeah, in these giveaways, I try and give you guys a nice wide spread of some baits just so you guys have a bunch of stuff for you guys to throw this time of the year as well as whatever the following season's going to be. So we have a bunch of stuff that you guys can throw this time of the year during the summer as well as in the fall when these fish are starting to feed up on some shad and bait fish a little bit more. So I got 5 bags of plastics that I'm going to actually send out to you guys. Well, I guess I'm sending 6 bags of plastics out to you guys, but I'm going to show you guys what 5 of them are. One of them I'm going to keep a little bit secret just so you guys have a little bit of a surprise coming for you guys. But yeah, like I said, I figured I'd try and give you guys a bunch of baits that either I would like to use right now or maybe next season. So first up, we're going to give you guys a pack of these Big Bite Baits college craws. I think this is the tilapia color, just like a great natural green pumpkin with like a bunch of different colors of flake in it. Then I also gave you guys a pack of chatterbait trailers. These are the KVD Strike King blade minnows. This is the bluegill color, so very similar color to that tilapia color. Got a bunch of different flakes in it, kind of a green pumpkin on the back, and then like a natural like sungill on the belly. Really great looking color. Again, really just made for like a chatterbait trailer. You could probably throw these weightless as well, like a fluke or a Senko or something like that. But first and foremost, I think these are really made for a bladed jig. If you guys are more into that like soft plastic swim bait type deal, I also included a pack of the Rage Swimmers by Strike King. This is a 4.75 inch size. This is the KVD Magic color, so kind of just like a baby bass, like natural shad kind of color. Got like a watermelon blue flake on top and then like a transparent whitish shad color on the belly. Great color to imitate any sort of natural forage, shad, bluegill, baitfish, panfish. Next up, we got a pack of the Zoom Baby Brush Hogs. Everybody loves the Baby Brush Hogs. I don't personally throw brush hogs or creature style baits all that much. I just tend to gravitate more towards craws just personally, but I know these things work really, really well. This is the Green Pumpkin Magic color, so again, that green pumpkin with just like a silver and black flake with a little bit of rainbow flake in it too. Absolutely fantastic color for some clear water. And last up, I'm going to give you guys a pack of these. These are the Yum Dingers. These are the 3-inch size. It's just the pearl silver flake color, so great little like baitfish shad imitator. I actually like to use these a lot on a drop shot. They're like a little tiny Senko deal, but you can either wacky rig them or nose hook them. Either way, they have some great action on a drop shot. If you guys are interested in entering this giveaway, all you gotta do is hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and go down below and leave me a comment. But yeah, you guys have 2 weeks from the day that this video is going up. I'll be having the date pop up right here so you guys know what date you guys have to enter this giveaway, but I'm giving you 2 weeks to get your entries in so you guys can win these baits. This is only going to be for people who live in the United States. I'm not going to send these to like Mexico or Japan or Spain or something like that. It would be super sick to know that I have subscribers over there, but unfortunately that shipping just gets ridiculously expensive. So I'm not going to do that, but I will be sending these to anyone as long as you live in the US. But yeah, again, like, subscribe, comment if you guys want to be entering into the giveaway. You got 2 weeks to get your entries in, and yeah, hope you guys enjoy the rest of the video. We'll get right back into the action. Oh, there's a bite. Playing with it. He's got it. Yep. Another little guy. About the same size as the second one. Is he running at me or did I lose him? He's just running at me. Ooh, actually a little bit better. There we go. Wow, hard fighting fish. Hard fighting fish. Good Lord, buddy. Wow. Okay, well you can come on over here then. Come here, come here. Come here, give me your face. Give me your face. Give me your face. I'm just gonna lift you up. Give me your face. I've got you. You don't need to fight anymore. You lost. Here we go. Fish number 3, long skinny like the second one. Actually, I guess like both of them, although the second one, or the first one wasn't really long or skinny. I guess it was skinny, it just wasn't long. But yeah, 3 fish so far. I'm liking this. Dojo worm's still holding up pretty good. Probably get another fish out of it, maybe even 2 if I'm lucky. Keep ripping them. make some more casts over in this way. I'm getting bit quite a bit over here. So, see if there's maybe some more fish just chilling out here maybe. I know there's a grass line over here somewhere. I don't know exactly where it is right now, but there is generally a grass line around here somewhere. So maybe these fish are just kind of hanging out along the grass line, which I guess you would expect. Oh, there's one. I think he's got it. Yep. Another little tiny chuck. Oh, he's got me in the grass. He's got me in the grass. He's still there? He's still there, he's just not very big. Little teeny tiny dude. Hanging nice and cleaned off. Get this little hook out you. Get you on your way. Oop, didn't mean to rehook you, sorry. Appreciate the bite though. Later, dog. There's a bite. He's got it. Got him. Do I have him? I think I've got him. I don't know how big he is. He's up in the grass. Oh, not a bad guy. Okay. Yeah. So they will eat the little weightless tube. Right on. Yeah, yeah. Oh, that one's real fat. Holy crap. Look at the belly on that dude. Buddy's been eating good. Good Lord, man. What have you been chewing on? There we go. Fat little guy. Appreciated. Later. Now I gotta take care of this mess here. We'll get back in there. This first cast out here, I think, with the little weightless tube, so they definitely like it. Been really trying to experiment with some new baits here and there. And a tube is something that I don't have a lot of confidence in, but I've been having quite a few good days here and there with them, so figure that I give this a shot since I'm running a little bit low on plastics at the current moment, and see if we can't just burn through these last couple of chompers tubes. Does he have it? I think he's got it. He does. Ooh, tail walking in. Tail walking in. Little tiny guy. That'll explain why I couldn't friggin' feel him, but holy cow, he absolutely swallowed that little tube. I know. Kind of messed you up. I apologize about that. Get you back in the water. Oh boy. Okay, he was all right. He turned himself right side up and swam right off. All right. I was a little worried about that fish. I got him pretty dang deep, and I did have him out of the water for a minute. Just kind of futzing around with him. Couldn't get the damn hook in a position that I needed to get it in to get it out of him, but finally managed to do that. He was friggin' digesting this too, which was part of the problem. Every time I'd try and pull it out to try and see what I was doing a little bit better, he would like pull it back in. He was like, no, I want that. So that definitely didn't help, but we did manage to get it out. But he swam off okay. I don't see him floating anywhere around here, so I guess he's all right. But yeah, anyway, find another one. There's a bite. That's a big one. Oh, he came off. Oh my God, dude. That was like an actual decent fish. Why did he come off? How did he come off? What is that about? No way, dude. Would I just not get a hook in him? God damn, that's weird. Oh, there's one. Oh, jumper. Ooh, fighting guy. Little fighter. Not a very big fish, but he's definitely got some spunk to him. Come here, buddy. Come here, buddy. They're pretty fat too. Right on. All right, all right, all right, all right. All right. You can go. I have released you. Oh. There's one. Little tiny dude. Ate it about as soon as it hit the water. Come on. Get in here. This is part of the reason I don't really like this reel for anything other than cranks. Like cranks, when you want to move them kind of slow, they're perfect on this reel. That 6-speed is kind of a great all-around cranking speed, but for something like this where I'm kind of trying to have to catch up with these fish as fast as possible and try and, you know, horse them out of this grass, having a slower speed reel is not super beneficial. Later, bud. That guy hit my foot too. Oh, nice bite. Got him. Little tiny dude again. God damn. Ooh, getting me an arm workout at least. Little tiny guy. Much appreciated home slice. Man, he absolutely swallowed that little fish blew up next to me, but he about swallowed that little craw tube. They really seem to like that thing. Later, bud. Alright folks, so now we're just going to go over my final thoughts and opinions on the old Laser MG. I didn't really do a great job talking about it all that much on the water. I kind of went over what I liked about it, what I didn't like about it, kind of went over some of the specs, but I didn't really do a fantastic job just because I was kind of in the mood to go fishing and not really in the mood to talk about the reel. But real quick, I'm just going to talk about what I really like about the reel, what I don't like about it so much. And then just kind of give you guys my final thoughts and opinions. So, starting with what I like about it, it's very palmable. It fits in your hand really well. I don't know if I mentioned that during the video, but it's a very nice reel to hold. It doesn't feel terrible, especially with the rod that I have paired up with. This is a 13 fishing Omen Black. Yeah, Omen Black. It's the 7-foot moderate. So just like a little 7-foot cranking stick. Like I said, this is the 6:8:1 gear ratio. They also have a 7:5 gear ratio if you guys are interested in something a little bit faster. But again, I picked this 6-speed up just because I needed a new cranking reel. And that's pretty much what I use it for. It's a great little square bill reel. Great to throw around like some smaller diving, deeper diving crankbaits as well. Anything with the smaller body profile works really well on this reel. I generally have it spooled up with either 12 or 15 pound fluorocarbon. Right now I have not a whole lot of 12-pound fluorocarbon on it, but as you guys saw in the video, I was having some issues with castability and stuff. But keep going on to the stuff that I like about it. I like the color scheme. I think it looks pretty cool. It's got that silver and red kind of color to it. Definitely feels like a pretty decent reel for what it is, like for a $70, $80 reel. Definitely feels like fairly sturdy, fairly well put together. It is 15 pounds of drag. I actually looked that up after I went out and fished with it. So 15 pounds, definitely enough drag to pretty much get the job done for most of anything. Again, it feels a little weird. It's like a spongy, soft feeling to the drag. I don't know what it feels like or really how to describe it all that well, but it does feel very strange. I'm not entirely sure if that's just how all Lews drags are or if that's just this specific reel, but it definitely feels a lot different than the drags on like my Shimano's or my Daiwa. Couple of things I don't like about the reel. Like I said, it is made kind of out of that cheap hard plastic, so it works okay. It's pretty sturdy, it holds up pretty well, but It's not the most high quality material to be made out of, and you can kind of feel it in the reel. Feels a little bit cheap. Like I said, it's also starting to grind on me a little bit. Just the longer I have it, the more wear and tear it gets on it. So it just starts getting a little bit loud after a little bit. But I have had this thing for about a year and a half now at this point. So it definitely has been put through the paces, definitely been thrown around quite a bit. And it's held up relatively well for as long as it has. The other thing that I don't really like about it is these handles, these little flat knobs that Lews makes. I don't know why they make these things. I don't like them at all. I just don't think that the flat knobs are very comfortable. I just prefer like the rounder knobs or the ones that have a little bit more girth to them, I guess. I don't know, that sounds kind of weird, but yeah, I don't know. These flat knobs just don't do it for me. I'm not really a fan of those Lews flat knobs, and I don't know why they make them. But yeah, overall, I really do like the reel. I think it's a pretty solid reel for like that $70 to $80 price point. Not the best reel I've ever used, obviously, but again, for that under $100 price point, it's a pretty great option. I would probably suggest getting the 7-speed if you guys are just using it for like an all-purpose reel. The 6-speed is a little bit slow, like you guys saw in the video. I really had to crank in some of those fish and reel really quick to catch up with them. But that 7-speed should be able to keep up with those fish a little bit better, and should be able to handle them a little bit better as well. And the other thing that I also wanted to mention is I don't really know what the deal is with this reel, but I feel like I have an issue dialing it into different lures. If you guys saw during the video, I tried to cut it out as much as possible, but I was getting backlash quite a few times. I think I completely bird's nested my reel like 3 or 4 times. It was super windy out, so that definitely didn't help, and I definitely hit the reeds and the trees and stuff around me a couple of times, so that was not great. It was definitely my fault for a couple of those backlashes, but yeah, this thing does seem like it's a little bit difficult to dial in. It seems like there's like one point that you need to get to for a specific bait, and then if you go anywhere past that point, like anywhere looser, you just get absolutely bird's nested. So I generally tend to keep this reel on the tighter side. A lot of my other Shimanos and stuff that are a little bit higher end are a little bit easier to dial in. I can dial them back a little bit further and get a little bit further cast, but for this reel, for whatever reason, I have to keep it a little bit tighter. Still cast pretty far though, for what it is. Like again, I keep it pretty tight. It's on like 7 or 8 right now out of 10, so it's pretty high up there on the braid or the braking capabilities, but thing casts like an absolute dream. It's pretty good for, again, for that $70 price point. Pretty loud when it casts, but you know, it definitely gets the job done. Definitely fires those crankbaits out there, especially those ones with the weight transfer systems in it. I don't really see myself having an issue with it all that much with like those bigger crankbaits or those square bills or something like that, but if we were throwing around something weightless like what we were doing today, it does backlash a little bit. It's just a little bit hard to dial in with those lighter baits. But yeah, till this thing breaks, you guys will be seeing it on the channel for a bit more. I do, again, really like this reel for the $70 price point, and honestly, this rod's a little bit broken, so it won't even come off the rod even if I want to take it off. Like, look at that. There we go. Yeah, but there's still this little ring here, and the ring won't move, so this reel is stuck on the rod for the foreseeable future at least. But yeah, you guys will be seeing this little thing around whenever I need to be doing some square bill fishing or some little moderate diving cranking fishing. But yeah, this review video probably went on for way too long. I'm sure you guys are probably sick of hearing me talk, and you probably don't want to see my face anymore. If you guys like the video, hit that like button, subscribe if you want to see some more content from me, and make sure you guys get entered to that giveaway if you guys want to try and win some baits. But I think it's going to do it for me. I'll check and wreck them, and I'll catch you on the next one. I'm out. Peace.